This law is so important, it's so urgent, it's so overdue. Every week in Spain we open a newspaper and we see yet another story of a paedophile being free, a child not being believed, children being raped and then sent back home to their abuser. This law will make Spain safe for children. We're failing children at the moment, obviously not just in Spain, in every country in the world. But Spain is my home, and if I can be a small part of improving things, then it's important. But there's a big problem with prescription. It takes a lot of survivors of abuse many, many years to come to terms with it, and many years to talk about it. For me, it took over 20 years, 25 years before I was able to talk about it. There are paedophiles walking down the street and they're completely free because the crimes they committed were 20 years ago or 30 years ago. I guarantee you they still have the same urges and they will reoffend. Being raped is, I mean, I can't put it into words. I try, but I fail. It's excruciating. It's not just the physical pain, it's the shock, it's the betrayal, it feels like a part of you dies and can never come back to life. And there's a permanency about it. And it feels like after it stops, you're left on your own to pick up the pieces and to try and survive. But you're not living, you're existing. It comes up so many times. There are so many triggers. You watch a rape scene in a movie, you take a drink of something that is too hot and you get a big shock, or you feel like you're choking, or you have sex and the minute you come you feel like you want to die because, I mean, there's so many confusing things. You know, when you're a kid and someone is abusing you, the body does what it does. So maybe you get an erection when you're 7 years old. Not because you're enjoying it, because that's what the body does. So now, when you're an adult, 30 years later, you get an erection, you start crying. And you don't know why, but the body knows why. It's these things that no one talks about. And it's so hard. And you blame yourself and you feel like it's your own fault and you cut yourself to try and punish yourself, you try and control the pain. Rape, it's a life sentence. The problem is, it's the victim who serves the sentence and not the perpetrator. For me, people who are aware of abuse but cover it up are as guilty as the perpetrators. They're complicit in the abuse. There's no question of it. We have to be open. We have to say, this happens in church, it happens in synagogues, it happens in football training, it happens in bands, it happens in orchestras, it happens in schools, it happens in families, and we are no longer afraid to reveal that. The more light we shine on it, the safer children are going to become. And we have a simple choice, it's black and white. We fail children, and we continue to fail children, as we are doing now, or we stop doing that and we start taking action.